Uh, I'm here today with Shannan Higgins. She is the counselor at Springville Elementary. My name is Marty Caldwell, and this is an interview for IL 556. So, Ms. Higgins, thank you for taking out time of your busy schedule. So,
You're welcome.
I know that today is your last day of the school year, so
Yes.
tell me what you're going to be doing this summer
Yes.
as far as school is related.
Okay, well, in the summer I have to do contract days, and I have 15 of those that I have to do. So the first thing pretty much I had to do was get cumulative cards ready. So I put
Okay.
stickers on those, make sure everything was in the right place, make sure those are all in order. So I just finished those this morning. And then next week we start registration. So that's
Okay.
when it really will get busy. Because of the COVID-19, we have, we're doing appointment only registration.
Okay.
So we did a sign up genus for them to sign up, and they will come and register two people at a time next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I think.
Okay.
So kindergarten is pretty much what I do. The other counselor does most of the other new students, so I will just get all the paperwork ready. So
Okay.
it all starts.
All right. So, why did you become a counselor?
That's a good question. I knew I always wanted to work in a school. My mom was a teacher. My sister's a teacher. I got my bachelor's in speech pathology and thought that I wanted to do that in the schools, but got a job right out of that, teaching kindergarten, and loved it. And kind of was ready for something different. I have twins, so I had got pregnant and stayed home for a few years and said, when it's time to come back, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I got my master's in counseling and my EDS in school counseling, and just decided to do that, and I've loved it ever since, because when you're a counselor, you do something different every day.
Right.
When you're a teacher, you do the same thing every day, and I do not like to be bored. Not that teachers are bored, they're not bored, but they do the same thing every day. I never know what my day is gonna bring, and I really enjoy that, so I think it's the right thing for me.
That's kind of the way it is in PE as well.
Exactly, you never know what the day's gonna bring.
You never know what's gonna happen, so. What is your philosophy in regards to working with students?
I've always felt that my philosophy is to be an advocate for students. Some students don't have that. They don't have a voice. They don't understand how to have a voice. Sometimes that means being on their side. Sometimes it doesn't mean being on their side. I don't ever like to be involved in discipline. So I feel like that I need to speak up for the child and know what's best for them. A lot of times when I tell kids that, they think that means I'm going to take their side, but not always. I'm still an adult. I still have to make sure they do the right thing. But I've always said that my philosophy is to be an advocate for kids.
Okay. Describe how you work with teachers during the school year.
I love to work with teachers. I feel like teachers are my clients just as much as kids are, especially around here. We have such a good culture, and we have a principal that appreciates that, and it lets me do cool stuff for the teachers and fun stuff, and to show them how much we appreciate and support them. So we do a lot of that around here.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm tired from Teacher Appreciation Week because we get so much for that, but it's really fun.
Right.
But I feel like as a counselor, I need to be there for the teachers just as much as the students. Because a lot of times they don't want to come to administrators with things, and a lot of times they want to come in here and just vent to me, and that's fine too.
So you feel like you're a buffer
I
for
do,
the teachers
I do.
to the principal?
Because I'm not an administrator, I'm not their boss.
Right.
But then I'm not really one of them either, so I'm kind of in between.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times the principals will ask me stuff that's going on, and sometimes I tell them, and sometimes I don't. And they know that.
Right.
And sometimes it's just, you just get frustrated, and you just need somebody to talk to. And you don't want it to be your boss. So
Right.
that's what I'm here for.
Okay. Give a few examples of the kind of tools that you use to communicate with students and parents.
Well, I do all the social media around here, which is very important. We do Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I'm on there all the time. Also, a lot of the teachers will do Remind, and sometimes I'll do Remind if I have like a group like Orange Society or something like that, because parents really want to be informed, and they appreciate being informed. So I think that's very important. But I would say, honestly, right now, social media is the best way to get in touch with people.
Right.
I mean, I can tell 1,000 people one thing in 1 second.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're going to check Facebook before they check their email. They really are. So it's the best way right now. And a lot of parents don't like Facebook. So I'm like, just get on it and just be friends with Springville Elementary School, and don't worry about anything else. So to me, that's just the best way.
How does what you do impact student learning on a daily basis? And then how does that also transpire over the whole year?
Well, I think kids need to be happy at school. They need to be safe. They need to feel safe at school, and I think that at the elementary level, that's so important. I feel like that's one of the things we need to teach them, is to learn to love school. So if you're having a bad day, or something's going on at home, or if you're mad at your teacher, or you're mad at your friends, sometimes you just need to talk, and I think that's very important for counselors. Mental health is just becoming so important in schools right now, there's just so much going on with these kids that we just don't know about. And a lot of times teachers don't have time to explore that, or they don't know. A lot of times I won't always go tell the teacher what's going on, but I'll tell them, hey, there's something going on at home. We need to kind of be a little bit more aware of this. And I just think that's important, because if kids aren't happy and don't feel safe, how can we expect them to learn?
Right.
And so I think that's really, I think people are starting to realize that more now, and that's why counselors are so important. The teachers just can't. I mean, teachers have a lot to do. It's hard for them to do that all the time.
Do you have any meetings with the kids, like at the beginning of the year, any particular kids, and then at the end of the year, or throughout the year?
Sometimes there's some students that I meet with in groups that I'll meet with all year round, and it just really depends on the need. Usually at the beginning of the year, I'll do a needs assessment to the teachers and say, what do you think we need? And a lot of times they don't know. A lot of times it takes us a while to know. You know, like I've been here this is my 4th year, and I've had like 9 parents die since I've been here, which is that just seems like so much to me. So we've had a little group about talking about grief. You know, some kids want to do that, some kids don't. So it just depends. And yeah, I usually go in the beginning of the year too and introduce myself and explain to them what counselors do. Because when I was in school, I just don't remember people going to the counselor.
Right.
I remember in high school them asking you what you wanted to do after high school, but you just didn't go talk to them. But I think it's just more accepted now to talk about your problems.
Yeah.
And so I think that's good, and I think that helps, because like if we can help them, then their social emotional, honestly, that's going to help their academic world too. So yeah. I think that's important.
Yeah, I think I spoke to my counselor in high school twice.
Yeah.
My senior year, I spoke to him about where I was going to go, and then once I got a scholarship.
Because you had to have an exit interview. You had to. I said one time I remember, but now it seems like counselors.
I don't even remember a counselor in elementary school or middle school at all.
I don't either. And I mean, you probably didn't have one.
Yeah.
They may not have even had it back then. So I think it's neat, all the things that we get to do.
Yeah. Okay. How do you encourage parents in the communities to support the school?
Well, that is not a problem around here.
Right.
We have the best community ever around here, but I try to bring the community in as much as possible. At Christmas time, I collect gift cards from all the local businesses, and then we put them in a hat and draw them out for the faculty. That's like a big deal. Like we get on the intercom and announce it, and you've probably heard that. Right. It's kind of a crazy day when we do that. Churches like to make come and do lunch for us, like on professional development days and days that we don't have kids. And also we have what's called backpack buddies, where they pack backpacks full of food, school supplies, and hygiene supplies, and we give those out. But yeah, getting the community involved is not a problem around here.
Yeah. So we're going to pick up where we left off. So number 7, how do you work with the school leadership team?
Okay, the school leadership team is the principal, the assistant principal, 2 counselors, and our reading coach. And we meet every Monday morning, and we talk about our schedule for the week. I think it's great because we have different perspectives. We have administration, we have counselors, and we have a data queen, which we call her. Yeah. So we have somebody looking at the social emotional part, we have somebody looking at discipline part, we have somebody looking at academic part. So I think that's a great mix of people.
It is. It's nice to have different personalities on that
and we
team
definitely
as well.
have that. Yes.
What are some methods you use to monitor student academic achievement throughout the year?
Okay, the other counselor and I are the building test coordinators, so we do all the testing. So that has kind of made me learn to appreciate testing, to appreciate data, to kind of look at it to see how kids are growing. I'm also on the PST team, which has taught me a lot about data as well, because we have to look at growth a lot then too. So I'm definitely surrounded by it. So I'm definitely trying to figure out where kids go best with what teachers and how they can learn best. I also like to look at learning styles, because every kid learns different.
That's true. And
every teacher honestly teaches different. So that's important when you're putting kids in classes. So, and that's my job, so that's what we do.
Okay. How have you improved, become more focused on the way that students improve their learning? How have you gotten better at doing that?
Learning to appreciate data, because I used to hate it, and now I'm learning to like it more. I feel like the importance of mental health is just really boomed lately, and I think people are really looking at the whole child more than just how they are on paper. So I think that's a good way for our worlds to collide. The data people and the counselors, we can kind of come together and see what's best for kids. And so I think that's been my weakness, is technology, data, and test scores and all that. And I've gotten so much better at that because I had to, and it helps. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It does. What is the one thing that you, or more, that you love about being a counselor?
I love doing something different every day. I love not knowing what the day is going to hold. I think when you're a teacher, you kind of have this, and this that has to get accomplished. I come in here today and some days and knock off everything in my to-do list. Some days I don't even look at my to-do list. So I never really know, and I get bored really easy. and this job's been great for me because I don't ever get bored.
So what is the one thing you dislike most about being a counselor?
Well, when I was at the high school, I had to do a lot of paperwork, and I do not like to do a lot of paperwork. Here, it's not quite as bad. There's not quite as much at the elementary level, but I didn't like doing that. And there's a lot of sticky situations sometimes. It's kind of awkward living in your community. You know, I have boys that are going to be seniors this year, so a lot of times if I have to deal with their friends' parents or their friends, that can get kind of hard. And I've had to learn that when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I'm at home. So you kind of have to, you learn to balance that. It all kind of works in harmony. But sometimes you do have to deal with some sticky and some sad situations.
Yeah.
But I'm here to help. So hopefully I can make that better.
Okay. So what's the one thing you love most about Springville?
Definitely family. It's a big family, and I have seen that over many things that have happened. We've had bad things happen to our family members, and the way these people just come together and help each other and support each other, it's just unreal. And I've worked in different systems and different schools, and there is no place like this place.
Yeah.
It's very special. So.
It is a nice place.
And I'm not ever leaving. I'm just gonna stay right here.
Yeah.
We're very blessed.
Well, we love you being here, and we appreciate you all that you do.
Well, thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Higgins, for
Thank
your
you so
time
much.
today.